Hey there, Chef D Malfi, and I'm excited to be showcasing a really wonderful snack today. I'm just going to post a little comment, you guys, so that you can follow along with me. Today I'm doing a snack recipe right from my new Plant-Based Made Easy cookbook. This is my October cookbook. This is what the cover looks like. And this is a downloadable cookbook. It's going to give you recipes for the entire month. It's really great. And on Thursdays, we always do a snack. So today I'm going to do baked veggie egg rolls. They're really yummy. And I want to actually showcase how simple this is. One of the reasons why I like this recipe is because it includes a lot of nutrient-dense ingredients, lots of really colorful ingredients. And so today I'm gonna actually start to finish show you how to put them together, and we'll give them a little taste. So the first thing that we need is a saute pan, and then you wanna get your oven preheated to 425 degrees. I'm gonna use a toaster oven. You can use a regular oven, and these are baked, not fried. So there's no extra oil added, and I'm actually gonna saute my veggies with a little water as opposed to oil. So there's a really great way to adapt this recipe for whole food plant-based, for oil-free, for salt-free, for any ingredients like vegetables that you like, if you do wanna do some swap outs. So let's get started. First thing that I want to do is get my saute pan on, and I'm going to use a little water like I said. So get some water down right away, and I have a little pitcher of filtered water here. I'm just going to use like a tablespoon. That's it. And to this, I'm going to add all of my veggies. The first thing that I'm going to add is some cabbage. So remember the cabbage that we used just a few days ago when we made the miso greens and beans bowl? Well, I'm going to use the rest of it today, and I have it stored inside of a stasher bag. I almost said cashew bag. A stasher bag is a silicone base bag. It is a storage bag and a cook bag where you can actually cook and sous vide and steam ingredients right inside. And you can also store ingredients in your refrigerator or your pantry. So I love it. Hi, Diane. Good to see you. Hi, Roberta. That's my mom. When I see your name pop up, Mom, I say Roberta. But hi, Mom. All right. So I have green cabbage. This is what I used a few days ago. You can use the tricolor cabbage. You can use just the purple. You can use truly anything that you want. I like the green. It's really nice. It doesn't stain the egg roll wrappers, so that's why I kind of like it. So I'm going to use about 14 ounces or so, and I'm doing half the recipe, so about 7 ounces for me. Throw that right in, and I'll do an overhead so that you can follow along with me. This is going right into my saute pan. Now, the next thing that I want is some aromatic ingredients, all right? Put this on a nice high heat because I'm using water. I'm going to use some aromatic ingredients. I'm going to start with a little green onion, and I'll do a split screen. And I love to hold my scallions or green onions in a little mason jar with water. Grab these, take them out. I want 2 green onions for this. And I hold them in water so that you can actually keep growing the tops of your green onions if you so choose. I kind of like to do that sometimes. Truth be told, I go through so many green onions that I really do have to buy a new bag of green onions every single week. I use them in lots of different types of recipes. They're great as a garnish as well as for cooking. And I'm going to use the white part as well as the green part. Throw that in. All right, now I want a piece of ginger and some garlic. So I have my ginger here. Here's a really cool thing to do. If you have ginger and you're not really sure how to peel it, all you have to do is take a spoon. This is a really great trick. I learned this working in an Indian restaurant. And you just take your spoon and you literally peel off the skin this way. Trust me, I know this seems like it's too good to be true, but it really works a lot better than a peeler or anything else. Hi, Sita. Good to see you. All right, so peel all of that skin off. And use like a 1-inch piece. You could use a little less, a little more. You could also use ground ginger if that's all you have. But I had fresh, so I thought, okay, I'm going to use it. It's going to make it even better. Let me just give this a quick mince with my knife. So I had to do this ahead of time because it's kind of a multi-step process. So I have some mixture, some veggie filling that's already made, and I'll show you that in a second. But let me just kind of get the rest of the ingredients in. Ginger goes in. Now garlic. I'm going to use a garlic press, like 3 cloves of garlic. Make it really nice and savory. Take your garlic, give it a whack on your board, and then open up the garlic piece. Perfect. Perfect. You could use the frozen garlic too. Do you guys ever use this? The frozen garlic that comes right in the frozen section in the cubes. I've mentioned it in the past. It's really good stuff. Oh, I have this one last piece. Why not? It's a little tiny piece. So I'm using like 3.5 or 4 pieces of garlic. No big deal. They're small pieces. I'm gonna use my garlic press. I think I can fit everything in this all at once. Garlic press is really nice and easy. I'll do a full screen so you can, oops, wrong one. There we go. Cool. Now let's see. Oh, it smells so good. So I made this whole food plant-based for all of my friends here that are whole food plant-based, meaning you don't eat oil or use salt. So I just used a little water, and you can see it cooks up in a similar way. I think it cooks a little slower than when using oil, but it works. And you want to keep some water close by because you may want to add some if you see any stickiness and at all. And know that you're going to deglaze this with a little bit of soy sauce and a little rice wine vinegar. So you don't need to overly water it. Do you see that it's kind of like nice and moist? Let me show you. It's steamed and moist. Nothing is sticking too badly or really at all. There's just a little bit of brown right here, but that's it. This is looking great. All right, now I'm going to add a tablespoon of reduced sodium soy sauce. That's what I'm going to use. You can use liquid aminos. If you don't know what they are, let me show you. I'm just going to take a second to grab it. Here's what liquid aminos look like in the bottle. This comes from Bragg's. They make this liquid aminos. It's a soy sauce alternative, and it comes from soy protein. It's really good stuff. It's super salty, though. We had a great question the other day. How do we make it less salty? All you have to do is cut it in half with water. So, well, I'll show you. If I want a tablespoon, I'll use a half a tablespoon and then a half a tablespoon of water. Yeah? So I've just cut it. It's going to be really nice and delicious still, and it's still going to give you that umami. It's really, really good. Hi, Tamara. Good to see you. Hi, Charisse. Good to see you. Charisse just emailed me the other day. You guys, don't be afraid to email me. I love the questions. I love hearing what you're liking. I love knowing that you're using and getting a lot of content out of the recipes that I'm providing. Thank you so much. All right, so this is great. Now, at this point, I'm going to add, oops, oh no, darn it, water spill. I'm going to add a little bit of broccoli. So I have broccoli here. This is organic broccoli. Just want a few pieces. You definitely want a full head. And you want the florets. And then you want to actually make these tiny, tiny bits. So here's what I'm talking about. When I mentioned all those nutrient-packed ingredients, I'm talking about the broccoli. I'm talking about the sprouts that we're going to add in a second. The ginger, the garlic even. You know, ginger and garlic have a wonderful property called allicin within it. And this is the antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral property that makes it really good for our bodies. This is why some people take garlic supplements. It's really yummy to enjoy garlic in your recipes because it will add such a wonderful, very strong and pungent flavor. So you can limit the amount that you use if you want. You can use as much as you want or as little. And it's really good for you. It's great for immune function and boosting the immune system in the body, which is something that we all need more of. And like I said, it's really great to ward off bacterial issues and viruses. Truly is. People sometimes don't believe the potency of food until they go plant-based or vegan or even vegetarian, and they start incorporating more fruits and vegetables in their daily diet, and then they realize, oh wow, this stuff is super potent. Like this food, Hippocrates had like the right idea. He said, "Let food be thy medicine." And it truly is. I see a little bit of this sook or brown bits on the bottom, so I just added a little bit more water. And now broccoli is going to go right in. Broccoli is going in. All right, you know me. I have to clear my decks, peeps, because I don't like it too messy. So give me a second. And broccoli is going to be super messy. And I'm going to roll these right on my cutting board, so I really do want it to be clear. There we go. Cool. All right, so I'll mix this up. And you can use anything in this if you wanted to swap out broccoli for bell pepper. If you wanted to just do ginger and no garlic, you could do that. That piece is a little too big. I'm eating it. Perfect. Awesome. All right, notice we didn't add any salt because we don't need to. Liquid aminos are going to be just enough. This piece is a little too big. This is looking fantastic. That's it for the filling. Simple, right? Now, there's one ingredient that we'll add, but we won't actually cook with it. We're going to add it to the actual filling just when we start to roll. And these are broccoli sprouts. These are broccoli sprouts, and these are super important for immune function right now, especially. I've heard many doctors recommend, functional medicine doctors, as well as regular MDs, medical doctors, recommend broccoli sprouts right now because it is the most important thing that we can be eating to boost our immune function. Kind of crazy. I would have never thought broccoli sprouts, but makes sense. Broccoli is pretty potent. All right, so I'm going to turn this off. And look, I made a filling batch ahead of time because now what you want to do is you want to put it in a glass container. And I have mine here. And then let this cool for like 15, 25 minutes, right? You really want it to be cool before you fill. Very important. It's very hard to fill an egg roll and to make it right with a hot filling. So make sure to cool it. And so I have my complete filling right here. And it's just ready to go. I'm also going to open up my broccoli sprouts. All right, and let me just show you what they look like. Here's broccoli sprouts, you guys. It seriously just looks like alfalfa sprouts or regular sprouts that you would just put in a sandwich. But when you taste them, it tastes like broccoli. It's really nice. Okay, great. We're ready to roll. So now we need to get our vegan egg roll wrappers. Let me grab them from the refrigerator. Here's the brand that I'm using today. Nasoya. Really good stuff. I found these at Mother's Market. You can also find them at Sprouts or at, I've also seen them at Safeway, Vons. I know these are American retailers, but find this brand if you can, you guys. And how do you know that it's vegan? Well, it's going to have a little tiny indicator, a little like indicator right here. You see that vegan label, and it's also going to say eggless. It really should say eggless, and then you can also read the ingredients if you don't believe, or if you don't, it doesn't have an indicator and you need to check for yourself. Read the ingredients and make sure. All right, so now let's grab them. Here's what they look like. These are really beautiful. You can use these for wontons. You can use them for egg rolls. You can even use them for raviolis. They're really great. And I will make 6. Okay, here's where you need a little water. So first things first, you want to actually begin with a little water and put a little bit of water on every corner. Then take about a tablespoon of the filling and just a teaspoon or 2 of the alfalfa or the broccoli sprouts, and then give this a roll. And you guys, I like to do it like a little cigar where it's open. But if you have a very precise or technical way of doing this, please do that. But that is beautiful. This is going to go right onto my baking sheet. Swap. I'll do it again. Cool. I'll do a few. I like this recipe a lot because you can change the filling, obviously. You can make this sweet. It's perfect to make it like a sweet filling. You could add apples. You could add caramel. Vegan, of course. Whatever you want to be inside. You can make them like taco flavored with ground crumbles, tofu crumbles, taco seasoning, a little plant-based cheese, whatever. They're really great and they have a fantastic crunch. Obviously, you can fry them as well. Cool. I'm placing this down. All right. I see a few questions. I'm rolling, so I'm not going to put it on the screen, but here's a question. I found these sprouts at the farmer's market. How do you store them? Okay, great. I store them right into the container. So I'm curious, did yours come in a container like this? This is called a clamshell. If it came in a container like this, keep them in that container. And then if it didn't, I would store them in a glass jar with just a glass container, like a Pyrex, just like the one that I'm using right here. Put a little dry paper towel on the base. Oops, I forgot the sprouts. and then the sprouts and maybe another dry paper towel on top. That's a really good question. Sprouts can be, oh my goodness, please. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, you guys, my oven just stopped. Come on, 425 is what we want. And one more time, third time's a charm, right? As they say, 425, temp, time, start. Perfect, now we did it. Just took me 3 tries. All right, here's another question. I was reading broccoli, garlic sprouts, and cabbage slow cartilage damage in joints due to osteoarthritis. Bingo, it's so true. This is why the sprouts are so potent and important for our daily diet. I read something similar to that, Penny, and that broccoli sprouts, I'll say it again, are the most potent of all of the sprouts. And that's probably because broccoli sprouts come from broccoli as the mature vegetable, and it's a cruciferous vegetable. That means that it grows, it like has the stem and the flower have like a little cross, and it has a ton of polyphenols and antioxidants, really, really, really good for us. So that's a really great point. Thank you for mentioning it. All right, so I have my egg rolls. These are like little cigars going right into the oven now. And it's just gonna take about 15 minutes, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how hot your oven runs. So I think I'll put mine on for 10 minutes because my toaster oven is so small, right? Because I always use the toaster oven, it cooks very quickly because there's not as much surface area. So we turn it on at 425 and the thing is blasting at 425. All right, here's another question. I'm gonna put this up. This is from Marie. Marie asks, I got organic broccoli and onion microgreens or sprouts at farmer's market last weekend and love them. Fantastic, I'm so glad. Awesome. Here's another question. Marie asks, will they be crispy when they're done in the oven? I'll show you in a second. They totally will be. And then Nina says, I just ordered a few things to get me started to sprout at home. We'll see how it goes. I'm so excited that you're doing this, Nina. Let us know how it goes, will you? I tried sprouting myself for a little while. I got a sprouting jar. Did you get a sprouting jar? Where it's like a mason jar, just like this, but a little wider. And then it has a regular top that looks like a regular screw top with like the mason jar screw top, but it actually has holes. So figure that out. Enjoy the sprouting process. Sprouting at home is really great because it's cost effective. Now, I had to make these ahead of time. Here's what our spring rolls or egg rolls baked look like. I've been told that some parts of the world actually call egg rolls that are crispy spring rolls. Am I wrong? If you're, maybe there's only Americans on here. I don't know if everyone is from the US, but you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, I'm calling them baked egg rolls, all right? And here's what they look like when they come out. Cool thing about this is that you can serve them with any dipping sauce that you want. And I think I'm gonna go a little soy sauce, sriracha mixture. So I have a little platter. I have a little sriracha. I'm just gonna do like a teaspoon. I don't like it too spicy. And a little soy. And then I think these look really, really good. And I think the best way to showcase them is actually cutting them in half. So just cut them in half so you can kind of like expose the outside. They kind of remind me of like lumpia. I love Filipino lumpia. Do you guys know what I mean? It has this delicious, inside. Let me show you. Look, yum. What do you guys think? Okay, you can't see it. You can see them on the plate though. You can see how really yummy and delicious they are on the plate. I'm just gonna take a little bite and I'm gonna do a little dipperoo. Let's try it. You can see the edges got nice and crispy. You hear that crunch? Oh yeah. It's really important. Don't actually cook the sprouts because when you cook the sprouts overheat, I know maybe some of you are thinking, why didn't she cook the sprouts? You damage all the nutrients, all those wonderful super food nutrients in the sprouts. So we want to actually just roll them up raw and then let them sort of heat through in the cooking process. These are really good. I'm gonna another bite. Yeah. Thank you. Good idea. I'm gonna replay. I love that idea. Thank you. Just a bed of sprouts here. How cute is that? You guys, I really hope that you try this recipe. This one was really fun and it's really yummy. Try it, make it your own. And if you do, take a photo and please join us inside of the Facebook group, Plant-Based Made Easy at Chef Daniela Malfitano here on Facebook. We are 1,700 people and growing. I'm so grateful for everyone that's here. Thank you for being a part of this community. Tomorrow, you guys, we're going to end our week with a sweet treat. I'm going to be making creamy rice pudding, traditional rice pudding. I'll show you how you can make it your own with different spices and things like that, different plant milks. It's going to be a fun day, so come back for more. And in the meanwhile, if you have any questions along the way, please know that I am here to support you on your health journey. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.